Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of May 20th to the 26th. So Aries, just want to say this is the 3-month point of my YouTube channel. I just want to say a huge thank you for all of you who have watched my videos or liked or subscribed. I truly and deeply appreciate every single one of you. If you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, feel free to hit the button to subscribe to our Peace, Love, Tarot tribe, because I release weekly videos every Friday and monthlies as I can, as I get time for them. Let's see what you've got here, Aries. So, energies leaving, completing or transitioning. You have the Four of Swords with another card behind there as well. Focus energies this week. You have the World, beautiful card. And draw a second card for that position, Page of Wands. And coming in towards the end of the week, we have the Hierophant with another card behind it as well. So recent past, up until now, Aries, you are really in that taking a bit of a rest, a bit of a chill out before your next chapter begins. Now, as I was starting this reading, I had a vision of a book and the pages are turning, but you're about to jump, to sort of leap to another chapter further down the book. So you really are, you know, shifting up gears and staying within the same book, meaning, you know, if this is to do with a relationship situation, you might be skipping to another chapter within relationships and finding a better way to do that. If it's with work, yeah, same thing. You know, staying in the same book, you might be staying in the same career, but you are jumping a chapter, taking things to the next level, and yeah, exploring a new way through the growth that you've received in the past to move forward in that particular area. So just going in here, so Four of Swords, I wanted to draw another card for that position and wasn't surprised that Temperance came out. So you're getting towards completing a karmic cycle here, Aries. So often when we're sort of getting towards the end of knowing that there's something completing, you can really sort of need that extra rest or that retreat time. Sometimes it can be the opposite and it's really still frantic and a lot of, you know, chaos when you're completing a cycle, especially if there's a tower moment involved. But with this here, I really see this as, you know, you've probably worked through most of whatever the situation is, and now you're just sort of taking that little bit of time out before the next karmic lesson starts, because it's kind of like sliding doors in life. You don't get a lot of time in between things. Sometimes, you know, you're on to the next lesson before you really know it. And with Temperance here, you know, that really means, you know, you've probably needed some time to heal, rebalance your energy, bring your emotions into alignment. And, you know, you've done that by taking some time out, taking some rest, taking time to contemplate what the next move may be. So that's a nice place to go into a big change or a, you know, change of cycle from that position of rest or contemplation. So focus energies, as I said, completing karmic cycles. You have the World here, the last card in the tarot deck, that indicates that what the Magician set out to manifest has completed in the world. So with the Magician being the first card in the tarot deck and the World being the last. So something that you did set out to manifest to in your life has come to an end, whether you consciously manifested that or whether that was a life lesson that you came in to complete. There is something, a door closing for you. But you'll notice in the World card, the figure, she is literally leaping through a karmic hoop, meaning that when we close a door or leave a chapter of our life or end a life lesson, we jump straight into the next one, meaning we're skipping down our book to the next chapter. So with the Page of Wands here, I feel that whatever this situation was that's coming to an end for you is something that held you, let's say, held you bound a little bit, maybe restricted you. The Page of Wands is all about that sense of, you know, discovery, self-discovery, being a free spirit. So I feel that your next chapter is about you coming back into your center and exploring yourself from that place. So, you know, as a free spirit, if you weren't held back by limitations, who would you be? Where would you go? What would you choose to do? I feel like this next chapter is about you exploring yourself and what you really, really want without being having limitations imposed on you. So, for example, if this is a relationship situation that you feel is coming to an end, were you in a relationship that you sort of had to go along more with what the other person said, align with their values without living your truth? If it's a work situation, has it held you a little bit bound in a way, held back your creativity? Possibly, you might have been micromanaged. You want to go out on your own, you've got the ability to freelance or something like that. So I really see that you're going to be moving into the chapter where you're doing things a lot more independently, a lot more your way, and that aligns a lot more with your truth. So coming in towards the end of the week, backing it up here nicely, we have the Hierophant, and a second card, the Eight of Swords. So yeah, like this definitely says to me that whatever it is that you're moving on from, it did sort of hold you back, and maybe there was a lot of self-limiting beliefs and thoughts that were attached to it. But now you're really sort of questioning that. You're questioning your own values, your own faith, and you're really getting ready to go in your own direction. The Hierophant can really talk about the beliefs and values that are handed down to us through institutions or institutionalized thinking. So, for example, marriage or committed relationship could be an institution. So, like I mentioned, if this is a relationship situation for you, were you just living out how you thought, a marriage or a traditional relationship should go versus how, you would like it to go for yourself? Or if, we're talking about a work situation here, obviously, there might be a lot of rules and things that you've had to follow. And, obviously some rules are there for a reason, but sometimes a workplace or, university or a course of study or whatever is limiting for us, and it doesn't align with our truth. So I think you're questioning all of those things in relation to your specific situation, and deciding, that you really want to go your own way. So if you see the two cards there, the two keys at the bottom of the card, one of the keys represents those values that were either imposed on you or you came into this birth with, and the other key represents your key, you going your own way. So I feel like this reading and this week for you is a key step of awakening on that journey to really deciding that, okay, look, I've had enough of, holding myself back, being bound, not being, not living my truth, not aligning with my values, and you're really deciding that this is the point from this time that you want to jump through the hoop, but this time you want to go your own way. That's what I have for you, Aries. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Feel free to comment on the video if it resonated for you, keeping in mind it's a general reading, so it won't resonate with every Aries out there. And we'll see you next week for another reading.